Hello and welcome to episode number 22 of WITM Season 5. And it is time for what looks to be our most stacked pay-per-view card yet here at our final pay-per-view before the Road to WrestleMania kicks off. TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs pay-per-view. We have 4 WITM matches on tap for you tonight. We're going to kick things off with action from Raw's Intercontinental Championship division, as Corey and Mojo Rawley are going to face off in an Extreme Rules matchup that has major implications when it comes to the number one contendership to the Intercontinental title. Then, in our first title matchup of the night, is the very long-term rivalry that's been going on ever since mid-WITM Season 3 is going to continue. It's going to be Lince Dorado versus Andrew for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. And then we have Gerald from SmackDown Live's United States Championship Division taking on Daniel Bryan from SmackDown Live's WWE Championship Division. That match will also be a non-title Extreme Rules match for Gerald. Major implications when it comes to potentially becoming number one contender to the United States Championship. For Daniel Bryan, the same when it comes to the number one contendership for the WWE title. And in our main event of the evening is going to be our second title match of the night. Dalton Roush is going to look to capture his first ever singles gold in WITM when he takes on the Universal Champion Dean Ambrose with the Universal title suspended in the air in a tables, ladders, and chairs matchup. Before we get into our 4 WITM matches, though, there are 11 matches total on our TLC card. Let's go to our first save. That contains the 3 women's matches on the card as well as one of the non-title men's matches. We're going to go ahead and sim those and jot down those results. Alright, our first matchup of the evening is going to be Bayley defending her Raw Women's Championship against Tamina. Bayley was accompanied by her friend Sasha Banks, Tamina accompanied by her friend Nia Jax, and Bayley is going to defeat Tamina and remain Raw Women's Champion. Next up, we have the first ever Women's TLC match between the SmackDown Women's Champion Sonya Deville, Charlotte Flair, and Billie Kay, one half of the Iconics, and Charlotte Flair is going to win the match and become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Next up, a rivalry in real life, a rivalry here in WITM as well. Ruby Riott defeated Natalya in a tables match. And in our first men's match of the evening, non-title action in Raw's Universal Championship division, Finn Balor defeats Drew McIntyre. Now we go on to our main save where we have our 4 WITM matches.
Now it's time for tables, ladders, and chairs, an event that might shake the WWE to its very core. Singles action coming your way.
Alright, and we kick things off on our main save with a match that Corey will be paying close attention to, because if he wins this match, he will become number one contender to whichever man walks out of this match, the Intercontinental Champion. It's the Intercontinental Champion, the longtime Intercontinental Champion, Bobby Lashley, accompanied by his hype man, Lio Rush, taking on Dolph Ziggler. And Bobby Lashley's incredible reign as Intercontinental Champion is going to continue. He defeats Dolph Ziggler and remains Intercontinental Champion. And next up is our first of 4 WITM matches tonight. Non-title action from Raw's Intercontinental Championship division with #1 contendership implications to Bobby Lashley's Intercontinental title. It's Corey versus Mojo Rawley in an Extreme Rules match. Let's get that loaded up.
Just wait for what's up next. There's no telling what's going to happen in a battle like this. We have Mojo Rawley taking on some tough competition.
Things are about to get extreme, and that's the way these fans like it.
Alright, so Corey has not been on Raw as of late, but he does have an opportunity here to win this match and walk out as the #1 contender to Bobby Lashley's Intercontinental Championship. He'll be taking on Mojo Rawley in a stipulation that you would think would be in Corey's favor in Extreme Rules matchup. Of course, Corey is very familiar with Extreme Rules matches, being part of ECW back in Season 2, where virtually every match was an Extreme Rules match. Can Corey become #1 contender to the Intercontinental title tonight and defeat Mojo Rawley? Let's find out. It's our first matchup, Corey versus Mojo Rawley, Extreme Rules.
Mojo's here, and he's all business.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from Alexandria, Virginia, weighing in at 265 pounds, Mojo
No more of that getting hype stuff. Once upon a time, Mojo enjoyed the distinct honor of being my least favorite superstar on the NXT roster. My, how times have changed with Mojo's attitude.
Listen, honestly, I miss the guy who was hyped, who had a good time, but you can't ignore the fact that the more aggressive Mojo has had more success.
and his opponent from Erie, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 310 pounds, Corey.
We have one-on-one action on the way, and this one should be nothing short of amazing.
I don't doubt that for a moment, Michael. In fact, I would go so far as to say this match might just steal the show.
There's a bell. Our first match of the evening is underway.
Between these two superstars.
Mojo Rawley trying to use that power he possesses to his advantage, a former NFL player. And there's a reversal by Corey with a back body throw. Corey forces Rawley to his feet. Looking for an elbow strike. Rawley reverses and hits the STO and kicks Corey down to the canvas. Corey forced to his feet. Rawley looking for a neck breaker. Corey responds with a huge big boot. Corey looking for an elbow strike again, and Rawley's going to dump him to the outside. This is a no disqualification match. No DQ, no count out, anything goes. Weapons are legal.
Am I right?
Oh, you are definitely right,
These
Michael.
men can fight on the outside as long as they want, and Rawley using that power
to pull off.
to just toss Corey on top of that apron.
What a stomp.
Good grief.
I apologize there. I have a bit of a cough, as you can probably tell, so I'm probably going to be doing that a little bit tonight. I apologize in advance.
Years later, I still get goosebumps.
Raleigh with a kick to the back of Corey. Corey looking for a kick of his own. Raleigh responds with a reversal. Raleigh in control early on in this match. Raleigh is a man who had success at NXT as a singles star, then had success on the main roster in NXT, tagging with Zack Ryder as one half of the Hype Bros, but ever since the Hype Bros broke up, he's kind of been lost in the shuffle. A win here at TLC, heading into the road to WrestleMania, could help Raleigh get back on the map as a singles competitor on Raw. And he's in control early on. Raleigh slamming Corey on to the top of that announce table.
Friends come over to his house. I think we're going to need to fact check that one.
Raleigh forces Corey back into the ring, could be looking to finish him off there. Forces Corey up.
What a strike!
And there's a huge right by Raleigh, now taunting Corey.
Watching this match, I can't help but think how much pay-per-views.
Corey's able to reverse, because this helped him turn the momentum back into his favor.
Which were great.
There's a stomp by Corey and a facebuster.
Really grown into such a
Corey getting fired up. Forces Raleigh to his feet, going for his comeback sequence. This will score Corey a blackout signature maneuver if it is successful.
That's the way they... Incredible impact.
And it is. Raleigh glitching back up to his feet, but Corey's still in control. And now he is going for that blackout signature maneuver, targeting every part of the body of Raleigh. That just might turn the tide back into Corey's favor. But Raleigh powers out at 1.5, and Corey is in shock.
He's in trouble.
Corey looking for the arm trap crossface finisher. That's locked in well, but Raleigh's close to the ropes. Can he get there?
He might have just ended this.
Raleigh struggling to make any kind of movement here.
And he releases the hold.
I don't think he had.
Corey, for some reason, likes to break the hold on his own, instead lock in a different submission.
This might not have been a wise move for him here, Michael.
Is this going to put Raleigh away? No, Raleigh is able to break that hold. But how much damage has been done to the arms and head of Raleigh after 2 straight submission maneuvers?
Feeling good about himself, that's for sure.
Corey out-shipped into the corner. Raleigh coming off the ropes with a huge clothesline. Raleigh getting fired up, showing some of that face side that he hasn't used in a while. Corey with another huge, almost bro kick. And now getting fired up, looking for support of the WWE Universe.
Whoa, Raleigh really dodged that one.
Reversal by Raleigh and a stomp.
Showing off some of his speed.
Reversal by Corey. Kick to the chest. Corey going in and mounted punches. Raleigh doing his best he can to block them, but struggling to.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Corey forces Raleigh up.
Great job escaping, trying to...
May have been looking for the blackout for a second time, but that's going to be reversed by Raleigh. Corey forced onto the ropes.
You got to do something to get back in this thing.
Shwicked back and forth with repeated knees to the gut. And now Russian leg sweep. Raleigh looking for a finisher. And that will connect. Is Raleigh going to pick up the victory here over Corey in our first match of the night?
1, 2.
No, Corey powers out at 2.
Very nice.
Raleigh in shock that that finisher did not put Corey away. Raleigh drives Corey closer to center ring. This time goes for a dirty pin.
And he got a near fall out of it.
Oh, excuse me, darn allergies. Corey powered out at 2. Now Raleigh with mounted punches of his own.
If I was Mojo Raleigh, I'd make sure I don't forget the task at hand.
Corey reverses with a shoulder block. Goes for cover.
Here he goes for the win! Can he close it out? Well, that was a
Raleigh powers out at 2. Near fall after near fall. What's it going to take? Let's keep one of these men down.
And like you stay in your parents' basement. Lightning fast reflexes.
Slam by Raleigh. Heading to the corner.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh is right.
Corey reverses the signature of Raleigh. Roush up into the corner.
Oh!
Corey reverses with a gut punch, hits it. That huge, may as well call it a bro kick for the third time in this match.
His shoulders.
Raleigh goes for cover.
Two.
Corey powers out at 2, yet another near fall.
Too fresh.
Raleigh showing some frustration here. Stomp to the head. Corey forced to his feet and hits an uppercut. Reversal. Roush up into the ropes.
I don't know how much more damage one person could take. I don't
Corey.
care how tough you are.
Huge roundhouse kick showing some of that Taekwondo background, and Raleigh is going to try to recollect on himself on the outside, but remember, this is a no
Feeling good
DQ
about himself,
match.
that's for sure.
But Corey follows Raleigh outside, and that may prove
He wants no
to be
part
his
of the-
downfall as Raleigh strikes away repeatedly and forces Corey back in the ring, and the referee asking Corey if he can continue, and he will. Reversal by Corey.
Here we go a second time.
Arm trap, crossface for a second time.
If that doesn't end it, I don't know what.
Raleigh taps out, and Corey becomes #1
And you
contender
can
to
put
the
this
Intercontinental
match in the
title
books.
here at TLC. He defeats Mojo Rawley in our first match of
We've
the
got
night.
some time to take another look at some of the highlights from that one.
That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance. That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance. From the opening bell, this match was one for the ages. I'm almost speechless. Almost.
You're looking at the winner of this one-on-one match.
Great effort from both these guys, Michael. I'm willing to bet this isn't the last time we see them square off.
Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with us. I think you'll agree the action seen here at TLC is unlike any other.
Alright, so far WIT members are 1-0 this evening. Corey takes up a big victory for him. Does not get very many opportunities so far season 5. But taking advantage of this one, chosen by the randomizer to compete tonight. And he
It'll be
defeats
tough for the
Mojo
next
Rawley.
match to be as good, but we shall see. Put down that remote and stay a while.
And will be the #1 contender to the Intercontinental title and control of his own destiny heading into the road to WrestleMania. Next up, we have a triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. This is a new type of match. Make its debut this year. Triple threat tag team matches. It's going to be a SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Gallows and Anderson, defending against Big E and Kofi Kingston of the New Day, as well as the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. And we have new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, pin the former champions, the Good Brothers, to become SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Let me just jot that down a moment. And next up, it's our first title match of the evening, a match that I know Andrew Spudstrong has been looking forward to for a while. It's a continuation of an outstanding epic rivalry that's been going on since mid-season 3. Lince Dorado and Andrew Spudstrong over the WWE Cruiserweight title. And before the match, Andrew and Lince Dorado each had some words to say backstage prior to their matchup. Let's listen and hear what they had to say. Alright, we're going to start off with the challenger, Andrew Spudstrong, addressing his opponent tonight, the Cruiserweight Champion, Lince Dorado. And these are, for the most part, the real-life Andrew's own words. Lince Dorado. I hope for your sake you spent the past few days treating that Cruiserweight title real nice. Sleeping next to it, even taking it out to dinner. Because tonight, at TLC, Mr. Stamina, the plant-based athlete Andrew Spudstrong, is taking the Cruiserweight title back where it belongs, in my possession. Alright, we heard from the challenger, Andrew Spudstrong. Now let's hear from the defending champion, Lince Dorado. Andrew, don't worry, the Cruiserweight title will see a real good time tonight. When I gather my friends and celebrate another successful Cruiserweight title defense with a real Lucha house party. Lucha, Lucha, Lucha. Alright, so we heard from both champion Lince Dorado and challenger Andrew Spudstrong prior to this Cruiserweight title matchup here at TLC, the next chapter of this epic rivalry. Let's go ahead and get that match loading up.
Well, the last match did not disappoint, and now we're on to the next matchup on the card. Singles match coming up next.
The wait is over. This one's for all the marbles, and it's coming up next.
We have a real fan favorite taking on some tough competition.
Alright, I've said it time and time again, but these men have had an outstanding rivalry ever since mid-WITM Season 3. That's nearly 2 years ago. As a matter of fact, there's only been 2 men since WITM Season 3 that have held the WWE Cruiserweight title here in WITM. It's the 2 men on your screen, Andrew Spudstrong and Lince Dorado, and they're going to do battle yet again with the WWE Cruiserweight title on the line. You may notice there is no Bayley in Andrew's corner. There is no Grand Metalik or Kalisto, the rest of Lucha House Party, in Lince Dorado's corner, because Bayley interfered on 205 Live this past week to help Andrew win his match to earn this match tonight, and because Lucha House Party has interfered on Lince Dorado's behalf before against Andrew, 205 Live General Manager has banned, Drake Maverick has banned both Bayley and Lucha House Party from ringside. This will be a one-on-one fair matchup with no interference. Let's get it underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the WWE Cruiserweight Championship. from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 165 pounds, Andrew. Introducing the champion from San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 168 pounds. He is the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Links Dorado.
Ah, yeah, it's go time.
There is the prize on the line. The prize that Andrew has sacrificed 2 Universal Championships, a prominent spot on the main roster, multiple contract offers from Vince McMahon to go to Raw or SmackDown, and has put his career on the line for the WWE Cruiserweight title. If Andrew wins tonight,
Action is
he will
underway,
be
and in this one,
Cruiserweight
I wouldn't
champion for an
attempt to predict
incredible
what's going to
7th
happen.
time.
I'd just be ready for anything. Sometimes that's all you can do.
Dorado starts off the match on offense. Forces Andrew to his feet.
They're struggling for control right now.
And they lock up. Andrew trying to force Dorado into the corner, trying to overpower him. And that's going to be broken up by the referee. These 2 men, though being rivals, do respect each other. No cheap shots there. And now Dorado with a headlock. Dorado forces Andrew to ground position while keeping the headlock. And now they both get back to their feet. Andrew forced into the ropes.
Drop down. Super kick.
Dorado, after ducking down with a super kick. And now Dorado going back to tentacle offense. This time targeting the arm of Andrew. There's a reversal by Andrew. Now going into mounted punches. Those darn allergies again.
Looking a little out of it, up on that turnbuckle.
Dorado forced onto the top turnbuckle. Andrew looking for the corner DDT, which connects. Goes for covers. Andrew becomes 7-time
Dorado
champion.
easily getting the shoulder
it's gonna take
up.
a lot more than that. Dorado powers out immediately. Kick to the back. Reversal by Dorado. Andrew now trying a tentacle offense of his own, targeting the arm of Dorado. Reversal by Dorado.
Super kick!
A second super kick by Dorado.
He's going to have to find a way to fend off the champ here.
Yeah, and Dorado going back to tentacle offense here again, going after the arm of
considering
Andrew.
who he's in the ring with.
Now looking to take
but
flight.
if you count him out now, guys, you'd be making a very big mistake.
Dorado biding his time. Andrew seated, trying to recover, and Dorado elects not to take flight. Instead, it's a Hurricanrana. Dorado getting fired up, looking to remain Cruiserweight champion. And Dorado using that top rope to launch Andrew halfway across the ring. Goes for a cover.
He's got the shoulders
Dorado
down.
remain champion.
Early kick out, referee right on
No,
top of
Andrew
the
powers
action.
out right away.
So resourceful.
Andrew avoids the kick. Aship into the corner.
The champ's starting to stumble a bit. He has an amazing opportunity here to cement his legacy as one of the greatest champions in recent memory.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Cole.
Now it's
This is
Andrew
just a
wanting to
little
take
bump in
flight.
the road for him here. Nothing to worry about.
Incoming.
5-star frog splash connects. There's a move we haven't seen Andrew use in some time. He's going to pull out all the stops here to make sure he walks out with his 7th WWE Cruiserweight title tonight.
This is what makes
Irish
him one of
whip
the
with the
best
referee
in
in
the
the
business.
way.
Wow.
And Andrew reverses with an
Wow,
elbow
I thought he
strike.
was a Connor.
Reversal by Dorado.
Face first.
Stomp to the back. Dorado wanting to take flight now. Not sure which corner he
I
wants
don't
to
like
go
the
to.
look in
Let's
his eye
go
here,
to the
folks.
northeast corner.
Lindsay Dorado may have it.
And 450 splash
No
connects.
doubt about that one.
That took a little bit of Dorado as well, electing not to go for a cover right away. Instead, drags to Andrew closer to center ring. Now
And a pin
covers.
attempt.
He gets the shoulder up.
Very nearly remains
Just needs
Cruiserweight
to do
champion.
more
Andrew
damage.
powers out just in the nick of time. Andrew forced into a seated position. Dorado once again going back to technical offense.
Who knows what's going to happen?
Well.
This match could go
But
anywhere.
Andrew is able to break the hold. Gut kick by Dorado, reversal by Andrew.
We've seen this before.
Into an ankle lock,
Not
vintage
today.
Andrew.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Perhaps the oldest move in Andrew's playbook. Will it lead him to a 7th Cruiserweight Championship?
And he escapes
No,
the
reversal
submission.
by Dorado.
Good thing. That could have been disastrous.
Boom, what impact. The
Dorado
champion
with a
into the
flip into a cover.
This battle's not over
And
yet.
Andrew powers out at
Not
2.
yet.
That move has won matches for Dorado before, but it will not catch Andrew off guard this time. Dorado using one of Andrew's own moves
That's gonna
against him,
hurt
the
tear
stump
your
puller.
hamstring.
The challenger looking
Now goes
absolutely exhausted in there.
To the top
Seems to
turnbuckle.
have his number here tonight.
He is.
Andrew
I
evades
think
a
he's in
450.
shock
That
right
could have
now.
put Andrew
By the
away if
sound
it
of this
hit.
crowd, I don't think he's the only one feeling that way.
Guys, in a title
Dorado,
match like this one on a stage
low
as big
on
as the one we're
stamina.
on now, you have
Can
to
he
wonder
keep up this
how much
offense?
nerves will become a factor.
No, reversal by Andrew. Rolling knee bar.
Beautiful takedown.
Is Dorado
into the
close
knee
enough to the
bar.
ropes
The
for a rope
champ's in a
breaker?
bad
Can he
way
break
now,
the
Cole.
hold? He breaks the
Wow,
hold.
he escapes it.
Is Andrew going to
He's
go
just got no
flatline?
quit in him here tonight, Cole.
Dorado gets up
might
too
have it.
quickly, but now Andrew does go flatline. Is it too close to the ropes,
What
though?
a nasty STO.
Goes for cover.
The championship is in serious jeopardy, guys.
And the champ kicks
Dorado
out.
powers out at 2.
Very
What a
nice.
classic here. Yet another classic between these two men. Near fall after near fall.
Face crusher.
Tough spot here for the champ. We could be looking at the end of this championship run.
Andrew looking for support of the WWE Universe.
Ooh,
Asher
he's
to the
looking at it,
corner.
looking to flip
Andrew's
the
going for
tables
his
here.
comeback sequence. This will give him a free rolling knee bar if he is successful.
And he's feeling impactful
And he
slam.
is.
I'm not
Andrew
sure how much
feeling
he
that
has
he can
left.
feel
Lindsay Dorado's
that
just
7th
getting
Cruiserweight title
overwhelmed.
being just
He's
moments
fighting
away.
back here.
But Dorado
nothing
reverses
less,
the
Cole.
rolling knee
Oh,
bar.
boy, he is rolling.
Hits a drop kick. Reversal by Andrew.
What a strike.
When this guy's on, look
Jumping
out.
knee by Andrew. Forces Dorado up.
He's not going to go quietly.
I believe Andrew may have been looking for the rolling knee bar again, and I believe Dorado reversed it again. Ash up into the corner.
Oh, no. He's positioned up on
Andrew
that
forced to the
turnbuckle.
top
I
turnbuckle.
would not want to be him right now.
Ring rattling.
To think, I almost wrote him off earlier.
Andrew launched across the ring, and Dorado heading right back to the top rope. He's not done taking flight.
Lindsay Dorado may have it.
450 splash. This time it
He
connects.
goes for the cover.
Dorado goes for cover.
1, 2. Just
Andrew
before
powers out
three.
at
That was
2.
real
What will it
close.
take
This
for
is
Dorado to
amazing.
remain Cruiserweight champion? Now he's getting frustrated.
What a stomp. Good.
Stomp to the back.
Here he goes. Ooh, what impact.
Dorado now going for his comeback
Say
sequence.
Dorado. You can't argue with the results.
This will
This
give
is
him a
what
free
makes him one
signature
of the
maneuver
best
if
in
it's
the
successful,
business.
and it is. Ash up into the corner. Andrew avoids the signature. Repeated kicks to the legs.
And Lindsay Dorado
Arm drag by
slips out of
Dorado.
harm's way.
Andrew forced to the apron.
Dangerous position here, guys.
Oh, no, no, no,
Back
no.
soup, nasty.
And a huge slam. Andrew slams straight into the edge of the
Bringing it back into
apron.
the ring.
Now back into the ring. Dorado maybe looking to finish Andrew off here. He is. Back to the top turnbuckle. Elbow drop evaded by Andrew.
Hooked up.
Andrew
Delivering
plunging the legs of
shin
Dorado
breaker.
into the
Oh
canvas.
boy, he is rolling.
Now Dorado back to his feet. Rolling knee bar locked in.
Beautiful takedown into the knee bar. And there it is, boys.
Dorado taps. Andrew is a 7-time WWE Cruiserweight champion.
He had it locked up and made his opponent tap out.
These guys feel no love for each other. Here's another look.
That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance. That was just one of those matches that the men involved should just be proud to be a part of. A legendary performance.
Expecting great action here tonight at TLC, but I'm not sure any of us were ready for that. What a thrilling match.
What an incredible matchup yet again in this amazing rivalry between Andrew Spud Strong and Lince Dorado. Lince Dorado gave it everything he had. 450 splashes, signatures, reversals. It would not be enough to keep Andrew Spud Strong down tonight when Andrew is at his best as he was tonight. He is virtually unstoppable, and Andrew is a 7-time WWE Cruiserweight Champion. That ties him for second place for the most WWE Cruiserweight title reigns in WWE history.
One match is in the books and we're on to the next. Sit tight for singles action coming up next.
Alright, and we go from that incredible match straight into our next WITM matchup. Gerald has not gotten very many opportunities so far in WITM Season 5, but he has a huge one tonight. It's against a member of SmackDown Live's WWE Championship Division and the real-life WWE Champion, the man that's now called the new Daniel Bryan, the Daniel Bryan that no longer is the leader of the Yes Movement, no longer a fan favorite in the WWE. He is now a new heel, Daniel Bryan. We'll talk a little bit more about that once the match begins, but for now, let's get it loading up.
Just wait for what's up next. There's no telling what's going to happen in a battle like this.
We have one of our breakout talents against an imposing adversary.
Not sure why they have rules in the name of the match, because there are none.
All right, Gerald. As we said, he's had very limited opportunities in WITM Season 5 so far. This could be his best one yet. An Extreme Rules matchup. This may be the first time Gerald has participated in a hardcore matchup. Will he be able to keep up with a workhorse like Daniel Bryan, who has shed his old fan favorite persona, is now a full-fledged heel? He has criticized the WWE Universe for consumerism. He has pledged to make the WWE title made out of non-animal products if he wins the WWE title, which he has in real life. He's a Daniel Bryan that would have fit right in with Andrew Spud Strong when he was part of the Purity Society and Cows with Guns. New persona, but he faces a test and a man who is very accomplished in the Laughing Evangelist Gerald. They face off tonight. Extreme Rules. Let's get that match underway.
Yeah.
contains it. The man on his own, abandoned the throne of approach across stainless.
Making his way to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 225 pounds.
One-on-one action coming up here, guys, and I'm willing to bet this will be one we won't soon forget.
Totally agree, Michael. When you have two superstars as hungry as these two competing in the ring, you can bet it'll be memorable.
I peep the timeline behind him and see no highness as high as him. He reigns Lord, firearms are too short to aim for him. Call him extremist, he leaks Katrinas with his brainstorming. That's quite enormous, to say the least. Our God is a beast, his rap is the sound of a lion roaring. Since he's topped by none, I'm on hip-hop's front line, screaming from the top of my lungs. I'm God.
Social media, Michael. Yogi Bell has neither club, and yet both these superstars are already trending.
All right, there's the bell. This match is underway. They got opportunity for both men. For Gerald, he could potentially become number one contender to Shelton Benjamin's United States Championship with a victory tonight over someone in a higher division than him, Daniel Bryan of the WWE title division, who could potentially be number one contender to the WWE title that will either be held by AJ Styles or The Miz following their championship match tonight. There's a reversal by Daniel Bryan. Gerald avoids the kick to the back. Huge backbreaker by Gerald.
3 decades after the WWE helped revolutionize
Daniel Bryan forced to his
television,
feet.
and we're still going
Reversal by Bryan and a flying
Only now,
back
unlike
fist.
back then, the best way to catch a WWE pay-per-view
Bryan with
is
a
on
stomp
the
to the elbow.
WWE Network.
Reversal by Gerald. And Bryan is going to head to the outside and try to recollect himself as Gerald takes a bow. Gerald heads to the apron, but now back to the ring.
Best place to watch pay-per-views.
But Bryan, he wants to take the fight to the outside. This is a hardcore match. We know that Gerald has been injury-prone in the past. Of course, that injury risk is amplified quite a bit when weapons and
sitting next to you each week is more than enough, Saxton. There's not enough money on the planet Earth to get me to live in a house with you. Forget
Gerald with a gut kick.
He has something big planned.
An elbow strike to the back. Gerald holding his own early on in this matchup. But here comes Daniel Bryan. What does he have in mind here? Doesn't matter. Gerald reverses with a series of elbows.
At the risk of sounding like a fanboy, guys, I couldn't be more excited about this
reversal by Bryan.
I mean, from top to bottom, we have one exciting match after another.
Bryan with a series of kicks and a reversal by Gerald. Bryan forced onto the barricade. There's a series of punches from Gerald, ending with a gut kick. Gerald doing a good job taking advantage of that outside environment to wear down Daniel Bryan.
Pay-per-view cards we've had in recent memory. I'd say it's reminiscent of No Mercy in 2007, which featured big-time matches one night after the other.
Good call, Cole. That was an absolutely huge night, complete with a new WWE champion being crowned an amazing 3 different times.
Here it comes! Oh boy, he is rolling.
Gerald went for the spear on the outside, and Daniel Bryan leapfrogged it. I've never seen that kind of reversal before.
He's in a bad spot, guys.
I wouldn't be surprised if he hightails it through the crowd.
Bryan.
You should go with him, Byron.
slamming Gerald into the barricade and going straight into the suplex. These two men fully taking advantage of the no disqualification stipulation, and Bryan is going to introduce a weapon into this matchup. He's got a steel chair.
Oh, shows no
and slams it over the head of Gerald.
It looks like a twisted heap.
Injured repeatedly.
Oh, shows no mercy.
And that poor chair. It looks like
there's another chair
heap.
shot.
Just a step.
Reversal by Gerald. Like. Daniel Bryan forced to his feet. Roush into the ring post.
And of course, the great tag teams of the early 2000s helped put the TLC match on the map, and it's only gotten better ever since.
Bryan forced back into the ring. Gerald has done some significant damage on the outside. Maybe looking to finish things now on the inside.
If you ask me, guys, this match alone is
Gerald shoves Bryan aside. Bryan locks in the yes lock.
Oh, it's locked in, the crossface. I'm not sure how much he has left.
Referee kind of blocking the view, but Gerald does tap. And Daniel Bryan is going to pick up the victory.
Yes! Takes it! Now let's take another look at these guys in action.
Victory here tonight. There's few things more humiliating than tapping out to your opponent. Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with us. I think the great reaction seen here at TLC is unlike any other.
All right, Gerald put up a good fight. He did what he needed to do, using that outside ring environment to his advantage. But Daniel Bryan would introduce a steel chair into play.
Let's keep the action rolling along. Singles match on tap next.
A decision that would lead him to victory, as Daniel Bryan would wear down Gerald with the steel chair, then force him back into the ring where he would lock in the yes lock, and that was all she wrote. Daniel Bryan is going to pick up the victory, and for Gerald, unfortunately, his struggles are going to continue. Now we have our first major championship match of the evening. It's going to be AJ Styles defending the WWE Championship against The Miz. And AJ Styles remains WWE Champion. And now we have our main event of the evening. Dalton Roush looking to hold singles gold for the first time in his career. He's going to be taking on the man that he once replaced in the Shield when he was out with an injury. Another man who was once a fan favorite and now has a very different, very heel attitude. The man that was once called the Lunatic Fringe. And the man who defeated Corey one day after he won the title to hold it to become Universal Champion, Dean Ambrose. And since this is a title match, before we begin our match, we are going to hear from both the challenger and the champion backstage before this matchup. Let's hear what they have to say. First, let's hear from the challenger, the premier talent, Dalton Roush. At Crown Jewel, I earned the right to truly call myself the premier talent, the best in the world, by winning the WWE World Cup. And yet, there are still naysayers and doubters. Tonight, I'm going to put all that doubt to rest when I defeat Dean Ambrose, just like I did a few weeks ago on Raw, and head into the road to WrestleMania, the new Universal Champion. And now let's hear from the champion, Dean Ambrose. Dalton, The only thing that smells worse in the city of San Jose and its people, San Jose, the location of the TLC pay-per-view tonight, is everything you've ever done. In Hollywood, you thought you were an A-lister, but you were B-list at best. And here in WWE, the highlight of your career thus far was being my backup in the Shield. In other words, your whole existence revolves around being second best. And that's going to be no different tonight when I break yet another fragment of the Shield, climb that ladder, and retrieve my Universal Championship. Believe that. Alright, so we heard from both Challenger and Champion. That sets the stage for our main event tonight. A tables, ladders, and chairs match where the Universal title will literally hang in the balance. One of those two men must climb the ladder and retrieve the Universal title.
Here we go. Time for tables, ladders, and chairs main event. Sit tight for singles action coming up next.
Let's go ahead and get our main event loading up. Alright, so of course, we mentioned the history between these two men. Dean Ambrose was United States Champion and one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions at one point during WITM Season 4. He would be attacked by Brian Kendrick of Andrew's Cruiserweight World Order stable. Dean Ambrose would be injured to the point where he would have to surrender both titles, and Dalton Roush would have to take his place and try to win those titles back. Dalton failed to win back the U.S. title for the Shield, but didn't take Dean Ambrose's place as Roman Reigns' tag team partner to win back the SmackDown Tag Team Championships for the Shield. But now, of course, the Shield is no more. These two men have gone their separate ways. Dean Ambrose went on to recover from injury and defeat Corey 24 hours after he won the Universal title at SummerSlam to become Universal Champion. And now he faces a man that has defeated him in non-title action before, the premier talent and the winner of the WWE World Cup, Dalton Roush. Is Dalton going to get his first singles gold and head to Road WrestleMania Universal Champion, or will Dean Ambrose's reign continue? It's a tables, ladders, and chairs match where the Universal title will hang in the balance, literally. Let's get that match underway.
The following contest is a tables, ladders, and chairs match, and is for the WWE Universal Championship. Introducing the challenger from Grand Rapids, Michigan, weighing in at 257 pounds, Dalton.
Guys, we have two of WWE's most exciting superstars ready to square off here.
And there's nothing quite like seeing two superstars settling it in the ring in one-on-one action, Michael.
And introducing
The
I guess no introductions. We're going to get right to it.
Are ready. And so are we.
Universal Championship hanging high above the ring. Tables, ladders, and chairs all in play, and a ladder must be used and climbed in order to retrieve
look at
the
this.
Universal Championship.
Oh, no.
They now form a Roger manager. Baron Corbin is involved. I've never seen a run-in in a Universe match before. What the heck is Baron Corbin doing here? The man who was the Roger manager elect and got fired earlier tonight. And he's going after Dean Ambrose for some reason. He's a rival of Dalton Roush's. I have no idea what he's doing, attacking the Universal Champion Ambrose. But, okay.
He wants no part of the outside.
I have never seen a run-in in a Universe match. I didn't even know it was possible in Season 5. Not quite sure what to think or call here. But apparently Baron Corbin is going to be a factor in this matchup. Neckbreaker by Dalton. Corbin going back after Ambrose.
I can tell you guys that this arena
has Dalton sold out to become a lackey.
I'm not sure what that was all about.
Whatever it was, Roger manager. Have we just witnessed a heel turn for Dalton? It's kind of starting to look that way.
Oh, the ladder hits.
Jeez, that's gotta hurt.
Bringing it back.
Baron Corbin did what he came to do. Ambrose is laid out, and this is a clear opportunity for Dalton Roush to become Universal Champion.
Like you were saying, Michael, when news broke that this title match would take place here, I had
Ambrose is distracted going after another ladder. Meanwhile, Dalton has a free shot at the Universal title.
That's how big this match is.
Is Ambrose going to make it back in time?
Your friends actually think you have enough pull around here to get them tickets.
Yes, he will. Just the nick of time, Ambrose is going to stop Dalton Roush from getting an easy pass to the Universal Championship. Ambrose came into this match as the heel. Dalton as a fan favorite.
In a ladder match, but
that may have just completely
because you're the only one in the ring,
turned around
guaranteed a victory.
The former Roger manager elect attacking Dean Ambrose and helping Dalton Roush.
You can bet he's not going to let this golden opportunity slip so easily.
This is nothing, Cole. You don't compete in a TLC match without collecting a few bruises.
This is all part of the process, guys. He knew he would take on some offense here tonight. He just has to make sure he keeps it to a minimum.
The Miz, as Byron was saying earlier, was seemingly the only one in the ring capable of grabbing the Intercontinental Championship during the WrestleMania 32 ladder match, but his history will tell you he was in for a rude awakening.
That's right. The Miz was just seconds away from winning that match, and he would have.
Is Dalton going to try to
Zack Ryder
go after the title
I guess even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. And don't even get me started on the blind squirrel's father. What the heck was he wearing? Obviously a great opportunity here for the challenger who can't afford to make any mistakes here tonight. Not when you're in the ring with a champion dominant as this one.
Forces Ambrose into a seated position.
Big
the reverse DDT. Dalton headed to the outside, that ladder.
To follow up Byron's earlier point, the challenger has to remember just how rare championship opportunities truly are here in WWE. A loss here could result in a trip.
But now going back after Ambrose with another huge power slam.
This isn't the challenger's first rodeo. Everybody knows exactly what's at stake here.
Ambrose with a reversal.
Uh-oh.
Power bomb!
Ambrose has some power of his own. There's a power bomb. Reversal by Dalton. Ambrose catching a bit of the
He's not going to go
bottom of that ladder there. Ambrose with a series of kicks to the legs of Dalton. Irish whip. Dalton landing on that ladder that's wedged to the outside. Is Ambrose going to go for it? Yes, but he misses. Dalton evades. Ambrose with a frog splash straight into a ladder, but now Ambrose using that ladder as a weapon.
Wow, incredible.
Plunging Dalton on top of it. Ambrose looking for the dirty deeds on the outside.
Great job escaping.
Dalton reverses dirty deeds.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Reversal by Ambrose.
Look at him, guys. He's out of it.
And not a very ideal
Ambrose
spot for
making
him to be out
advantage
of it
of
either.
that ladder.
Tear the features clean off your face.
Between the barricade and the ring, and Dalton thrown on top of that ladder once again. Ambrose biding his time as Dalton tries to recover.
Here in the WWE.
Stomped by Ambrose.
Here will go a long way in solidifying one of these guys' claims of being the best in
Dalton
the
struggling to get back to his feet. As soon as he moves, he's stomped right back down by Ambrose.
Not where he wants
now
to
it's
be.
Dalton
He needs
back to his feet and taking advantage of
Good
that
luck
ladder.
with that.
Power bomb, breaking the ladder in half. What a TLC match we are witnessing thus far. Was that enough to keep Ambrose down long enough for Dalton to
what a hellaciously
finish what
these gladiators have put themselves through.
Retrieve
the intensity of this has been incredible.
Dalton.
He doesn't want to do this outside
Ambrose
the ring.
is in the ring. And will stop Dalton Roush. Or will he? He will not. Dalton Roush has finally done it. He has finally, after several failed opportunities, become a singles champion. Dalton Roush is the new Universal Champion.
I can watch highlights of that one all night long. One of the great WWE matches I've ever been able to watch.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Universal Champion, Dalton.
And there's your winner.
Hey, they both gave it their all, but in the end, we were left with the best man standing.
What a great night it's been. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
All right, so you can credit a bit of an assist to Roger, our manager-elect Baron, former Roger, our manager-elect Baron Corbin. But it was Dalton Roush on his own, powerbombing the now former Universal Champion Dean Ambrose through a ladder, breaking it in half. That would lead Dalton to the moment we're witnessing right now. Dalton has had several opportunities to become a singles champion in his career, has come up short each time. It's been the monkey on his back as far as the career. Failure and opportunities to capture singles gold. That monkey on the back is now gone. Dalton is the new Universal Champion, the main prize on Raw. What incredible Season 5 this has been for Dalton Roush thus far. Winner of the WWE World Cup and the title of the best in the world at Crown Jewel. Part of a successful Team Raw at Survivor Series, and now Universal Champion, his first singles gold. Alright, and that was our last match on our TLC card that saw two WITM members become new champions. Andrew Spud Strong, the new Cruiserweight champion. Dalton Roush, the new Universal Champion. We also saw Corey become #1 contender to the Universal Championship. Or rather, the Intercontinental Championship. And unfortunately for Gerald, he put up a great fight against Daniel Bryan, a man in literally a class above him when it comes to divisions. But it would be Daniel Bryan using the chair shots and the yes lock to put away Gerald. And how does that all affect the rankings on Raw, SmackDown, and 205 Live? Let's find out with our rankings update following TLC. We'll start things off with the women. Starting with the Raw women. If I can go into the right screen. Bayley defeated Tamina to remain Raw Women's Champion. Bayley is Raw Women's Champion. And Tamina falls to #2. Ruby Riott defeated Natalya. Ruby Riott was up to #3. Natalya falls to #2. But Tamina lost as well, so Ruby Riott's going to move all the way up to the #1 contendership. and Tamina and Natalya are both supposed to fall down. So Bayley is Raw Women's Champion. Ruby Riott is number 1 contender. Number 2, Ronda Rousey. Number 3, Natalya. Number 4, Tamina. Number 5, Mickie James. Number 6, Nia Jax. Number 7, Sarah Logan. Number 8, Ember Moon. Number 9, Sasha Banks. Number 10, Liv Morgan. Number 11, Alicia Fox. And number 12, Dana Brooke. In the SmackDown Women's Division. Oh, that was on separate saves, so I have to manually make Charlotte Flair the new SmackDown Women's Champion. She won on the other save. So I had to use 2 different saves to be able to fit all 11 matches. So Charlotte Flair defeated Sonya Deville, that's how the game put it. Sonya Deville was SmackDown Women's Champion heading into TLC, and now she's at the very bottom of the SmackDown Women's rankings, from the top straight down to the bottom for Sonya Deville, the former SmackDown Women's Champion. And Billie Kay falls to number 2. The SmackDown Women's Champion is Charlotte Flair. A new SmackDown Women's Champion, number 1 contender Mandy Rose. Number 2, Billie Kay. Number 3, Peyton Royce. Number 4, Carmella. Number 5, Lana. Number 6, Asuka. Number 7, Becky Lynch. Number 8, Naomi. Number 9, Sonya Deville. Now moving on to the tag team divisions. The Raw tag team titles were not on the line, so no change here, but we'll recap. The Raw tag team champions are the Ascension. Number 1 contenders, the B Team. Number 2, Lucha House Party. Number 3, Authors of Pain. Number 4, The Revival. And number 5, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. In the SmackDown tag team division, those titles were on the line, and the Usos became the new SmackDown tag team champions. They defeated the former champions Gallows Anderson, who falls to number 3. New Day remains at number 1 with a no decision. The Usos are new SmackDown tag team champions. Number 1 contenders, New Day. Number 2, Sanity. Number 3, the former champions Gallows Anderson. Number 4, the Colognes. And number 5, the Bar. And now let's go ahead and do the Cruiserweight division now. Andrew Spudstrong defeated Lince Dorado to become the new WWE Cruiserweight Champion. It looks like Andrew is finally going to have a new challenger that is not Lince Dorado. Because Lince Dorado, similar to Sonya Deville, is going to cannonball down the Cruiserweight title rankings to the very bottom, number 17. Looks like we have finally seen, after a year and a half, maybe 2 years, at least for now, we have finally seen an end to the epic rivalry between Andrew Spudstrong and Lince Dorado, with Andrew capturing his 7th WWE Cruiserweight Championship. But what a rivalry that was. That will go down WITM history for sure. Perhaps our best rivalry of WITM history. So Andrew's new number 1 contender is the real-life Cruiserweight Champion Buddy Murphy. Number 2 contender Tony Nese. Number 3 TJP. Number 4 Leo Rush. Number 5 Mustafa Ali. Number 6 Mike Kanellis. Number 7 Akira Tozawa. Number 8 Hideo Itami. Number 9, Drew Gulak. Number 10, Kalisto. Number 11, Ariya Daivari. Number 12, Cedric Alexander. Number 13, Brian Kendrick. Number 14, Jack Gallagher. Number 15, Noam Dar. Number 16, Grand Metalik. And number 17, the former champion, Lince Dorado. Now we move on to the mid-card titles for Raw and SmackDown. Finn Balor defeated... Oh, that's the Universal title division. Never mind. Corey defeated Mojo Rawley. Corey becomes number 1 contender. Mojo Rawley falls to number 7. Bobby Lashley defeated Dolph Ziggler. Lashley remains the Intercontinental Champion. Ziggler falls to number 3. Also, an edit. Dean Ambrose in real life is the Intercontinental Champion. We will take him out of the Universal title division and add him to the Intercontinental title division, since he competes for the Intercontinental title in real life. So let's add Dean Ambrose to the Intercontinental title division, which means we barely have a Universal title division, but there's only a very few people that compete for the Universal title in real life anyway. And we already know what the next Universal title match will be. It's going to be, we already very early have our first confirmed match for Royal Rumble, our next pay-per-view. It will be the premier talent Dalton Roush defending the Universal Championship against the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar. So you can bet we are going to see some back and forth between Dalton Roush and Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar over the next coming weeks, leading to that match. So, but Finn Balor defeated Dean Ambrose. He falls to number 4 as he enters the Intercontinental title rankings. Ziggler lost as well. So Ziggler moves to 5. Ambrose to number 4. The Intercontinental champion is Bobby Lashley. Number 1 contender Corey. Number 2 Seth Rollins. Number 3 Apollo Crews. Number 4 Dean Ambrose. Number 5 Dolph Ziggler. Number 6 No Way Jose. Number 7 Elias. Number 8 Mojo Rawley. Number 9, Tyler Breeze. Number 10, Jinder Mahal. Number 11, Zack Ryder. Number 12, Titus O'Neil. Number 13, Kurt Hawkins. Now the U.S. title rankings. Daniel Bryan defeated Gerald. Bryan is in the WWE title division. Gerald falls to number 5. The U.S. champion is Shelton Benjamin. Number 1 contender Shinsuke Nakamura. Number 2 Rusev. Number 3 Jeff Hardy. Number 4 Aiden English. Number 5 Gerald. Number 6 Rey Mysterio. Number 7 R-Truth. Number 8 Andrade Cien Almas. Now we move on to the major championship, starting with the Universal title. The Universal champion is Dalton Roush, as we just said. His first Universal title defense will be at Royal Rumble against the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar, but the other 3 men currently in that division are Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, and Drew McIntyre. Balor remains number 1 contender after he defeated Drew McIntyre. The now former Roger manager-elect Baron Corbin sits at number 2. So, champion Roush, number 1 contender Balor, number 2 Corbin, number 3 McIntyre, but the next man to get a Universal title shot, Brock Lesnar. In the WWE title rankings, Daniel Bryan defeated Gerald. Bryan remains number 1 contender. Gerald is not in this division. AJ Styles defeated The Miz. Styles remains champion. Miz falls to number 3. The WWE champion is AJ Styles. Number 1 contender Daniel Bryan. Number 2 Randy Orton. Number 3 The Miz. Number 4 Samoa Joe. And before we move on to Monday Night Raw, since we have just finished up a pay-per-view, it is now time to update you guys on the WITM 5 rankings to determine which WITM member is going to get a WrestleMania match of their choosing at WrestleMania coming up in just about 3.5 months. We now are in the road to WrestleMania, with our next pay-per-view being the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The Royal Rumble determining one of the main eventers of WrestleMania. So we'll start off, we'll go from the bottom to the top of the rankings currently. Gerald has a record of 9 wins and 18 losses since the previous WrestleMania. He's unfortunately struggled a little bit. So he's won 9 out of 27 matches, as good, which means he has won exactly 1/3 of his matches, or 33.3%. Corey has won 11 out of 8 of 29 matches, and he has a win percentage of 37, or I forgot to credit this tonight's win. He's won 12 out of 30 matches, and so he has won exactly 40% of his matches since the last WrestleMania. Master, known calculator needed there. He has a record of 8-1. So he's won exactly half of his matches, or 50%. Dalton Roush has a record of 20-10-1. He's won 20 out of his 30 matches since WrestleMania. Exactly 2/3 of his matches. So he has a win percentage of 66.7. And finally, the new Cruiserweight champion, Andrew Spudstrong. He has won 23 of his 34 matches since WrestleMania. Good for 67.6. By just less than 1%, he holds the lead over Dalton Roush. And so the WITM standings heading into the road to WrestleMania are the following. In first place with a record of 23-11-3 and a win percentage of 67.6, Andrew Spudstrong. Just behind him in second place, the new Universal Champion Dalton Roush with a record of 20-10-1 and a win percentage of 66.7%. In third place, A-Up Master with a record of 8-8-1 and a win percentage of 50%. And fourth place, Corey with a record of 12-18-1 and a win percentage of 40%. In fifth place, Gerald with a win percentage of 9-18 and with a record of 9-18 and win percentage of 33.3%. Now we move on to Monday Night Raw. Will we see the new Universal Champion Dalton Roush in action tomorrow night? And will we see the new number one contender to the Intercontinental title, Corey, in action tomorrow night? Okay, so strangely, we are not going to see the new Universal Champion Dalton Roush in action. We are going to hear from him on the microphone, however. So Dalton Roush not wrestling tomorrow night, but we will hear from him on the microphone following his Universal Championship victory. We will see in the main event, however, making his return to Monday Night Raw after being out of action the last 3 weeks, the Chosen Warrior Corey taking on Seth Rollins in the main event. That will be a good one. A rivalry renewed. These men had a huge rivalry in Season 3. They will renew it tomorrow night at 11:30 for a Monday Night Raw stream. Corey versus Seth Rollins in the main event with Intercontinental title implications. But that is going to do it for TLC. I hope you enjoyed our most stacked card yet. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single WITM stream or posting. Check out the links in the description. The first is a WITM website. That's where you can find out how to become a WITM member for free and get your own custom character with custom entrance, custom moveset, custom promos, and custom storylines. Check out the WITM Twitter as well for our latest WITM news and updates. And until tomorrow night at 11:30 for our Monday Night Raw stream, where we will hear on the microphone from new Universal Champion Dalton Roush, the premier talent, and we will see the Chosen Warrior Corey in action in the main event versus Seth Rollins. This is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling, signing off.